trying to do sunset here at Arromanches. In a minute, the sun is sinking toward the horizon. The cloud conditions are pretty good. There's high cloud, not too much of it though. Tide is just about at the right place. The only downside for me photographically is that there's still quite a few people on the beach, and I hope they won't be in the image when it comes to it. I'll just flip you around now, show you the rest of the scene. So, this is the scene on a beautiful evening, you know. Remains of the Mulberry Harbour in the distance. The sun's setting over there, so it should strike that piece of the Mulberry Harbour just right, I hope, as long as there aren't people in the way. Down on the beach, clearly my focal point is this piece of the remaining Mulberry Harbour. Advantages are there's lovely pools reflecting potentially the light, the high clouds, which are also quite symmetrical. Downsides are there's still a number of tourists wandering about, and consequent footprints in the sand where there isn't anything to dilute them. But there are a possible number of compositions. Certainly looking this direction is what I'm mainly aiming for, but turning the other way, which we'll look at in a moment, is another option. So a few challenges, and bear in mind I'm shooting handheld all of these at high ISO, so we're not going to get completely clean, noiseless images, but we've got what we've got. We'll have to make do and try and see what we can get. So I think we're in position, more or less, choice of positions here. Anything being, there's still lots of people there. I'll try and show you roughly. My first composition turned into a vertical, which I think worked better, less distractions, although I would have liked to have been a little bit lower for that one, but I still like the colours in it and the detail in the sound with lots of triangles. And the second composition on this bit is just your classic sunset one, although I think I like the simplicity of it, and the colours again are very nice. So yeah, reasonably happy with those two. So I'm finished now. It was very frustrating. You can see in colours behind me are fantastic in the sky. Where I was aiming was not quite so good, and there was a couple standing in it the whole time taking pictures of each other, and I know they're entitled to do that, but it is so frustrating. Hey ho, we'll see what we get. It was an enjoyable evening, even though I'm getting a bit cold now. So yes, end of shooting for tonight. Pegasus Bridge tomorrow, and that's about it. And then home. Fingers crossed it'll all work out. So for now, bye for now. But as they say in the land of lovies, it's not all over till the fat lady sings, and these final two compositions presented themselves just as I was climbing up the harbour wall, turned round, and then I saw these two. So these I'm both quite happy with, although the second one I might like to tone down some of the colours a little, but generally compositions I felt worked well and reflected the scene as I found it. La Chevauchée de Guillaume. And this is another one of those former railway lines. It's like Natural de Monterie, that way. Chevauchée de Guillaume, this is his horse ride that William the Conqueror made. And Circuit de Port de Arromanches. They basically walked to Arromanches. So this is the route I came down last night after my walk to Arromanches and back. Yeah, butterflies. That was the route I came last night with the radio tower. those are the signs for horse riding trail bridleways. That route, that fork I'm going to take today. So the farmer's been cutting his hay, ready to be combined. It's been combined, it's ready to be baled, I should say. So red admiral butterflies everywhere here at the moment. 1, 2, 3. White butterfly there, another white butterfly. Looking in really good condition. These next two shots are essentially what we in natural history circles call record shots, so there's nothing particularly outstandingly creative about them, but they do accurately capture the subjects, in this case a pair of pyramidal orchids followed by a rose. Sorry, can't give the species name, but that's quite a challenge. Both of which I'm quite happy with as they sound. The second one probably the better of the two pictures, as there's less distracting elements within it. So what we have here is a good stand of broom rape, and I thought I saw some earlier, and it's not just here either. So if you cast the eye a little bit further along, several good stands of it here. I suspect it's growing on the roots of this, which looks like an apple. Certainly got the leaves of an apple. Lots of it growing everywhere around here. More broom rape. Lots of it. This time it's under an ash tree and what it looks like a robinia. Mistletoe here. First of all, some of it growing on the hawthorn, and further round the robinia. So I thought mistletoe was species specific, but perhaps not. Now more mistletoe stuff. Interesting, you can see that when the tree dies and the mistletoe dies as well, that it's got quite a hard woody skeleton. I'd always assumed they were quite soft. There are some big living ones just over in the adjacent trees, although the trees themselves are not looking good. Let's talk about climate change or pesticides or something, but one stage was a lot of mistletoe here. Once again we have two record shots, but the fascinating thing for me as I got on this was to understand that these are two parasitic plants which you rarely see in this close proximity. Certainly both broom rape and mistletoe are not seen regularly in the British countryside, so are they more common in France and Normandy? Perhaps not, but certainly there appears to be the effects of climate change with these. So record shots again, and then I got back to the village and found that the churchyard was bathed in beautiful light. So I got out the Zeiss Ikon Nettar and made some more images, finishing off my roll with Fomapan, and I think you might agree that the quality of the light does bring the images alive. They just pop that little bit more. So really quite pleased with those two, and although there's a few issues with Fomapan in terms of the sometimes erratic results, but that's more to do with the processing things. So anyway, thanks for watching, see you in the next one.